Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. This one's just going to be a simple unboxing video, really. For those of you who watched my last video, I did sort of mention that I put my back out, and by putting a big battery in the back of my car, and I thought I was getting a little bit better, so I really cracked on with some work last weekend, but yeah, I think I overdid it, and I should have realised that carrying three massive boxes wasn't going to do me any good. So yeah, unfortunately, I just completely undid any recovery I had, and put me back out by Sunday night. I was rolling around in agony again. So, but yeah, this week I have just taken it easy. To be fair, I've kept up with the important stuff. I've had a lot of stuff to photograph. Again, like from that last video, I have a lot of die-cast stuff that I just needed to get photographed, so I can just auction it off, and just been concentrating on just keeping the pennies coming in, and hopefully paying the bills still at the end of the month and what have you. But yes, like I say, now I am. It's been maybe a day or two where I've had no back pain, and I'm catching up with work. Um, we have got the other thing is I will be showing my sort of my private stash, so to speak, in the week. As a response to Matthew at Model Car Videos. I will do a couple of videos on that. It might have to be a couple of videos because there's kind of two different segments to the collection, so to speak. One for unbuilts and the other for the stacks of builders I've got. So that'll be something for you to look forward to. But unfortunately, build time. The Galaxy hasn't been touched really much since that last video. Again, it's just not been a priority for me. And in all fairness, I've done. I think I've done 6 full channel builds this year, and they've all been sort of advanced kind of builds in some respects. I don't think I'm doing badly, and we will get back on that and hopefully get that project finished by end of June, very latest first week of July, so we could look at other stuff. But yeah, that just as a quick intro, that was, thanks for your patience again. I know I always worry a little bit when there's long spaces between videos, but I think it was just my body telling me I needed to take a bit of a break away from everything. It's good to have a couple of weeks away from the bench every now and again, just to get your enthusiasm back. I don't want this like my builds being another job. I want to enjoy them, and that's the whole purpose, and that's the mindset I've got now. So yeah, if I don't touch a model for a couple of weeks, it won't be very often that will happen. But in times like this, when you've got other challenges in life, then that's just the way it is, I'm afraid. But yeah, I thought after me gassing for 3 minutes and you're listening to that, then yeah, I thought this would be a nice unboxing one to do. A massive holy grail for me, the 67 Plymouths, and never managed to get the 68 hardtop. But I have managed to get 2 of these, and in past years, and I think they're both pretty much mint in box kits. I've obviously bagged everything up and what have you, but we'll certainly be pulling one of these out of here to have a good look at, but yeah, I mean, I think where my interest stemmed with this one is because of the 68 Fury 4-door has probably been one of my all-time favourite kits. I think Matthew Model Car Videos has just done an unboxing on one of them recently, so that's a job I don't have to do. But I thought it'd be good to show you the origins of that kit, which we all know and love today. And for them people who don't know what I'm talking about, this is the 68 4-door, and I think for many of us, it is a favourite kit of ours, especially if you're into municipal vehicles. You know, this was absolutely cram-packed, full of period parts and what have you. You know, the tooling was for the police parts was late 60s. It's all good stuff in there, and you know, I would say one of the best kits of all time, to be quite fair. But yeah, I mean, this was the 67 annual hardtop. They also did a convertible version. That was then. This was then retooled into the 68, so there was some changes made to the rear end of the vehicle, and that's what makes this one a little bit different. I think it's a better looking rear end, to be quite honest, on the 67. Very similar to that generic box art build, how that ended up looking like. Like I said, when I was building that 63 box art car, it was so very Chrysler the way it turned out with the rear end, and I think it was this bit which reminded me of that once it all came together. So, but yeah, they changed it into, obviously retooled it into the 68 hardtop, two-door hardtop and two-door convertible. And then I think it was potentially late 68, early 69, they came out with the first release of this, and it was a different box art. There was like, for those of you who haven't seen it, it would have showed two cars on the top of the box, and yeah, the artwork around the box was different. Like, so unfortunately, I haven't got one of them left anymore. I've probably got about 6 or 7 of these, but yeah, as in the original issue, the late 68, early 69 issue of this kit. Yeah, unfortunately I don't have one of them, but yeah, that's what happened to this tooling. The chances are that either the convertible or the hardtop tooling may have survived. It's a bit like the 68 Cadillac. You know, they changed the 68 Cadillac hardtop into the 69 Coupe de Ville hardtop, but the convertible managed to keep the tooling together for the 68 convertible. So like one merged, like the two kits merged, so that's why you ended up with the Bossman release of that 68 Cadillac. But it's all irrelevant now because all the tooling for all this stuff is long gone. But yeah, so but yeah, I mean, again, it's just been one of my favourite kits. I love the custom front and rear ends on this one, and easily transferable onto one of these kits. You know, you could make a nice custom out of one of these using the parts from this kit and what have you. But yeah, but it's just such a nice box art. I think you know, with there's obviously stock, custom and drag. You know, and it always seemed strange that they never put the stock version on the front, but you know, we'll have a look, and I'm pretty sure it comes with the stock hubcaps and what have you on this, so it is essentially a 3-in-1 kit. But yeah, so what we'll do is after we've had a look at the box, like, you know, we'll get it all unpackaged, or one of them unpackaged and laid out on the table, have a quick look around it. But you know, you can start seeing some of the options in this one. You know, the front and rear pans on this we'll be able to use elsewhere, but you know, this will probably get built stock, or at least one of them will. Just showing the old Cadillac on that side. But the only disappointing one thing about this box is that they didn't have any actual picture artwork on the ends. You know, the way I display them, you just get the letters, so, which, you know, it's not the end of the world. I'm more than happy with the kit, like. But yeah, I think so. Like I say, I think they're pretty much both in the same condition, these, and you know, I think they're both complete. I think one of them's potentially split mint, but it's missing the engines. I think this is one which is fully complete all the way through. So yeah, we'll lay it out on the table. I'll get it all unpackaged, and we'll take a good look at it. There won't be many many similarities between this and the 68, 68 Fury. I think basically, you know, the front bumper will be something similar, and the chassis pan will be something similar. But you know, this was pretty much a new tool, used in one of the bodies, the 68 hardtop or the 68 convertible body. You know, it's classed as a new tool, but they would have altered the body on one of them too. So if anything, the body might be similar to the 68 hardtop, and maybe the chassis and the front bumper and the rear bumper would have been the same on 68 hardtop or convertible. But you know, pretty much everything else was new tool for this issue. So, but yeah, without going on any longer, it's already been 10 minutes. We've not looked at the kit. We'll quickly get it unboxed and we'll take a closer look at it. See you in a second. Right then, well, that's the kit laid out on the table. We'll just start off by looking at the instructions and decals as usual, but you know, as always, you just got some really nice artwork on the front sheet of these Joanne kits, showing the stock car and drag version on this. Essentially, it's a 4-in-1 kit because you'll be able to build the custom as well. But you know, there's not a lot of parts you need to change about to make a different version on these. But yeah, I always love the side profile on these, and like I say, definitely 100% one of these is going to get built stock. I did have a really nice conversion, 68 conversion. I bought from a gentleman, and he'd put the 68 Chrysler 300 roof on it, grafted it in, absolutely lovely thing. But you know, unfortunately, I sold that one years ago when I was a little bit hard up, and I knew that would sort of gain a bit of interest. Unfortunately, one I shouldn't have sold, but you know, life's full of regrets, isn't it? But nothing you can do about it now. But yeah, quite nice instruction sheet on this. Yeah, some really nice clear pictures on how everything goes together. Just your basic assemblies. I won't go into everything as usual because I'm just going to turn it into an even longer video than it needs to be. But yeah, just I'll at least show you slowly each segment on there. Yeah, just so you can sort of see how it all goes together, or how they wanted you to put it together. But yeah, it's just your main body assemblies for your 4 different options. Yeah, you got your stock one there, drag there, that'll be your stock car version, and finally the custom version with all the nice bits and pieces. And like I say, I mean, 100% I'm going to end up making a 4-door into a 2-door just to utilise some of them bits and what have you. But you know, the decals on this one are actually really nice. You know, there's no cracking. That's not to say that they wouldn't just disintegrate if you try to use them. And to be honest, there's really not much I would probably use on there myself. But again, like I say, they're in really good condition. And you know, I don't always put decals in their own bags when I'm packing up these kits. But you know, if they're old and they're really nice, then I'll do it. Like these ones, or if it's specific to, if it like a stock car or something, you know, like the monogram stock cars, I always put the decals in the bags for them, just to try and save them for whoever builds them and what have you. Because you know, once your decals are knackered on them type of kits, then you're pretty much scuppered, and you're gonna have to go and buy new decals anyway. So, but yeah, I mean, we'll have a look at instructions. We'll just have a quick look at the chrome tree. I mean, most of the bits are on the chrome tree for this one. I think the two bumpers have fallen off, obviously, but we'll have a look at them in more detail. But yeah, you got some nice different engine options there. Door mirrors and spot lamps. Got some little wheelie bars there. You know, quite nice little bits. You don't often see them like that, to be quite honest. And that really nice custom grille, I think that'd make any of these models look pretty nice, to be quite honest. But you know, I don't think any of these 67s will get that part used on it, just because the grill's different to the 68, and it's a nice looking grill for the stock grills. But yeah, we've just got some chrome headers and sort of inlet manifold for the injector. I can't even think off the top of my head. The velocity stacks for them. The nice 67 stock hubcaps, very similar to the Chrysler 300 hubcaps. And then you stop at custom American style racing mags on there, and yeah, just other engine parts and what have you, and the cylinder head covers and what have you, but and just other little bits and pieces. But you know, you can get a good look on there, like I say, the 68 grill is a lot more cleaner than the 68. Sorry, the 67's grill's a lot more cleaner than the 68, and it just looks a prettier front grill than the 68. I thought, you know, it's it don't have all this interruption here, but I mean, it's still a nice looking grill. There's still a nice looking front end on the 68, but yeah, I do like the 67 front grille, to be quite honest. Like I say, it's just a much cleaner design. So, and rear bumper, obviously, the whole rear end was completely different on the 67 to the 68, obviously. But again, I much prefer the 67 rear end, the way it slopes down a little bit more and has the longer tail lights and what have you. But you know, the chrome's in absolutely great shape on both of these kits, from two different sellers or two different collections in the end. But yeah, I managed to get them at a decent price regardless. Yeah, we'll just have a lot of the white plastic parts are off the tree, unfortunately, and there is a little bit of a tyre burn on this one. What I might do is, if the other one is missing the engine, I might just swap around a few of these trees. If I've got a full tree like that in the other kit, I might make an absolutely split mint one, and the other one will probably end up being the first one that gets built. But yeah, there's but I mean, either way, you know, that damage is absolutely nothing. I think there's a little bit on top of the seat on this one as well. But yeah, that's your stock front and rear seats. But just some of the interior supports there. Once you've slotted your interior, you just push them over the lugs to help them stay in place and what have you. And I think these are little lap belts. And I'll just try and get some of these loose parts out of the way as well. You know, you got your racer, your NASCAR air cleaner, and your drag chute there, and that's just the radiator there to pop into the core support, which is obviously built into the body. But we'll have a look at the body in a second. Yeah, this is the tree with most of the engine parts. You know, you've got a steering wheel just looped in there, but you know, always, yeah, I think Jan were well known for the the really nicely detailed engines, and we've seen these kind of things before, but really nice intricate headers. I think, you know, you saw them in a few of the Joanne kits, and you know, you've got all your different lowering blocks. You know, you got 4 different settings for the back, so to speak. I think 3 for the front, or it could be the other way around. Just looking which is so the longer ones are for the back. Excuse me. Yeah, longer ones are for the back, shorter ones for the front. And your multi-piece roll cage, I mean, there is quite a lot to this roll cage, to be quite honest with you. Yeah, it looks like the insides are bent in to fit down into that interior tub. But yeah, quite a nice roll cage on that one. And then we got your custom front and rear valances. Yeah, and your racing exhausts and what have you, and the beautiful Mopar steel wheels. You know, they're always such a nice wheel in these old Joanne kits. You know, I do like to use them on as much as I can. The only thing with these Joanne wheels is they only really properly fit Joanne tyres. Yeah, they're a bit of a nightmare when you want to fit them into a nicer AMT pad printed tyre, but you know, you can make them work, like, and yeah, I think that's what we ended up using on that Pan Am Dodge van. That's just a padded racing steering wheel there. Got your racing gas tank, just fits under there, and it'll just slot over the stock gas tank and what have you. Just your wheel backs on this one, and another custom part of some description, or it might have been maybe something to do with the racing interior, not too sure. But yeah, you just got your general bits, your oil pan, your fan, one of the shoulder harnesses, couple of the 67 license plates and what have you. And there, I'm just going to throw them back down. They're just going to get scooped up and put back in the bags after this video. And then the 67 dash, I think slightly different to the 68 and what have you. But you know, there's some good strong detail. Yeah, if my camera can pick it up, but you know, some good strong detail in the switches and what have you in there. Camera's not quite getting that, but intake for the cross ram on that one. I think that's like the side bolster for the racing seat. Battery, yeah, these are just general parts really. You know, you got just try and fit some of them on my hand, so I'm not lifting loads of stuff up all at once. But yeah, a nice racing scoop there. It's quite a nice scoop, that one, to be quite honest. I'm not a massive fan on hood scoops or anything, but there's a quite a nice shape to that one. So you just got your firewall, and this will probably be pretty much identical to your 68 kit, or what's left of that tooling in the latest 68 Fury, and just centre console, stock steering wheel. Luckily, none of these the steering wheels are broken. Some, yeah, in the Joanne kits you generally suffer from broken steering wheels and stuff like that. But yeah, just your water pump for the front. Now, your chassis plate will be very, very similar to the 68. I mean, it's just it was used in quite a lot of Mopar Chrysler product kits from Joanne. You know, a very generic chassis and what have you. But yeah, I mean, I'm not too sure how similar. I mean, I don't really want to go into unbagging this one. I think this is a slightly later one, but yeah, I think there'll be not much difference. Yeah, I think I was mainly focusing on that front bit. That front bit, when I was just looking at it, then looked a bit different. Looks like they've cut the front portion of that of the chassis off on this one. But the rest of from there backwards, it's most likely the same. I don't think they put a single exhaust into that one or anything. But yeah, I'll pop that back into there. I think. I mean, I've got these in all different colours, as we know Joanne did. I've got some of the early ones which were moulded in white and what have you. But yeah, I mean, just really nice. I mean, there's barely any flash on this. Again, very indicative of an early tool when hadn't been used that much. I mean, this was only the second year of that tool, and so there shouldn't be much wrong with it, to be quite honest. And then got a bit more tyre burn in here, unfortunately. So again, I think I'm not going to do it anytime soon, but I think I'll get the two kits and just make an absolutely belter one out of it, because they are pretty much the same. And then, like I say, I'd rather deal with stuff like this than keep it in the box. I'm not saying both of them will get done anytime soon or anything, but I keep these kits on the intention of actually building them, and try and keep hold of them as long as I can. But I do like to have organisation in my collection, as you'll probably see in the next videos, which will come out in the week. But we come on to the main bit, and what a beautiful body that is. Absolutely stunning. I think the styling on these, not many people like the styling on the Plymouth Furies, these late 60s Plymouth Furies, but I absolutely love them. I love the big old barges, and they're so versatile in what you can do with them. Then that's why I like them so much, because you can just do whatever you want with them, really. But yeah, we'll try and get some clear close-ups of it, and really nice Fury free scripting on there. But this is where it all changes at the back. You very different rear end on this one. Almost, even though they're pretty much the same length, the 4-door and the 2-door, just it does make it look like a much shorter vehicle, just being a 2-door, to be quite honest with you. But when I get round to it, that's gonna make a beautiful kit. And I really do want to build the stock version of that, to be quite honest with you. And I might do it in like the one which somebody had converted, which I sold. That is in a really nice metallic blue, and I'm want to. I don't have many. When I'm selling kits, I'm a complete realist, and if it's time that I need to sell some of this stuff to pay bills, and I will do. And I never see it as a regret, but you do look back on some of these things, and you kind of wish you still had a couple of pieces you'd sold in the past and what have you. And I've just actually forgot about the glass there, but I won't take all this stuff out of the bags. But that's your rear light panel. You got, I think, both of the tail lights are in this one, luckily, and side glass as well, and your headlamps, and of course your kit glass. Bit of scuffing on rear glass on this one, but I think in general, I think the kit's, except from its little issues with a bit of tyre burn and stuff like that, which, like I say, between the two I have, I can make an absolutely split minter and start the other one for myself sooner rather than later. And this one came with metal axles as well. I'm not taking any of these out of the small bags, so just pain in the ass to get back in. But yeah, I mean, I think it's one of them rare ones where you think, even though we lost, we didn't see the 68 or the 67 or the 68 hardtop convertibles past these issues. And like I say, it was late 68 when we got the we got blessed with the pursuit car, but this carried on into the early 80s, early to mid 80s, up until I think Seville Enterprises were running it at the time, and I think they got badly duped when they bought it, and I think that was the beginning of the troubles, because I don't think there were certain things which were disclosed when doing that deal with Seville Enterprises, but when they bought out Joanne. But I think though that is an absolutely stunning kit, I think if I had a choice of one of them being mass produced or more available like this one, this was such an important kit, was this one, because you didn't get many 4-doors coming out in kit form. You see, we started seeing like I think the Dodge Monaco from which got changed from the MPC 2-door. That's been a great kit and churned out a million times. But I think this was such a brilliant kit, this one. But I'd rather have this one be out in circulation in place of the 2-door, just because it was such a unique, highly optioned, accurate, fully loaded, absolutely brilliant police car kit, and we certainly don't have enough of them in the hobby, to be quite honest. You pretty much got to go resin or 3D printed nowadays to get a decent body, or make one yourself, so yeah, I thought that would just be a nice little video, and maybe for those who know about this kit and weren't too sure its origins. I mean, like I say, this was mainly new tool for late 68, 69. But the whole base of it would have originated from the 67 and 68 annuals, and unfortunately I don't have a 68 annual flat box or anything like that. I don't have a builder to do a comparison, but that's the closest I've got, so I think that's going to have to do you, I'm afraid. And if I got any of my information wrong, I extremely apologise. But I don't know everything, and read the comments, because I'm sure there's people who'll add to it, and you got some really knowledgeable people who comment on my videos, and I absolutely implore you to read them comments, because I always say I might have the bones of history and stuff, and there's always somebody who'll add a little bit more to some of these kits. So yeah, I mean, I hope you've enjoyed the video. I've enjoyed sitting back at the bench without being in absolute pain, and I'm going to enjoy showing the stash. It was something, like I say, it was something I was putting off, because I do want to move everything into a designated room, but that's going to take 6 months to do and fit in, because I'm going to have to completely redecorate that room before I start moving anything about, and then it's all the upheaval of moving stuff out of one room, storing it in another room to do all that. So, but I'll do the best I can with them videos, and hopefully you'll enjoy the collection. And I don't keep everything here, to be quite honest with you. I have storage where I keep a bit of stuff, so, but we'll get to see most of it. But again, whatever you're doing this week, for the rest of the weekend, I hope you have a great one. Again, thanks to all the supporters of the channel, all the friends of the channel. However way you do it, if you've not subscribed and you're just watching the videos, thanks ever so much. I still get the viewing time, and as long as you're enjoying it, then that's the most important thing. For those who have subscribed, a million times, thank you, and thank you for all your support. So with that, we will say see you later, and we will see you in the next video. Okay, see you, bye.